What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Chicago Blackhawks and looking what they could do ahead of the NHL trade deadline. Now, this is a continuation of my series of doing every team before the NHL trade deadline. I'm kind of running out of time, so a lot of these videos will be uploaded. I have been insanely busy lately, and that's why I haven't been able to record them. I've been working like crazy. So yeah, I'm going to be doing them more often, like I said, but today we're doing the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, there hasn't been a ton of rumors out there with the Chicago Blackhawks because they're kind of in a weird spot where, you know, if they sell off some of their pieces, they'll still be fine because they have a really good hockey team. And I don't believe that they will be selling off some of their better players, like obviously a Patrick Kane or a Jonathan Toews. I don't think that they really want to do that, but we will get into some narratives and some rumors that we've heard over time. And again, this is just based off of knowledge that I've heard, based off of stuff that I've read, and maybe stuff that you guys have heard. So make sure to leave your suggestions down below. But looking at the standings, at the time I'm recording this, it is February 12th, and it's at 5 p.m., so anything can change. Again, I can't predict the future, but they are currently sitting 5th place in the wildcard standings. They have 55 points, and they're only like less than 5 points, they're like 4 points away from a playoff spot. And if they make a good run, if they have a good push toward the playoffs, they can make it. And we do know that they've been without their goaltender Crawford for quite some time now. But they have been doing quite well, and Cam Ward's been able to hold it down, and I believe Delia, the guy who just got signed, he's been doing all right as well. So, anyways, this is what we're going to look at in regards to their cap situation. I do that in every video. Next season, they should have about roughly $20 to $21 million in cap space because the cap should be going up. In goal, Cam Ward will be a free agent, but more than likely he will probably go because Delia's contract extension will kick in. It's only $1 million, but Crawford should be healthy, which is the goal. They have some RFAs on their blue line. We'll get back to the blue line in a second. They have Pierlini if they want to sign him an RFA. Like I said, a couple RFA contracts on the forward side of things as well. Chris Kunitz and Marcus Kruger are both UFAs. Now, we did hear about the fact that Kunitz could be a guy that could get moved. I also heard Kajulia again, even though I don't think it'll happen. Marcus Kruger and Chris Kunitz seem to be the guys just because they're UFAs that could get traded. Now, I'm not sure a team would want to take on Kruger's salary for the... Well, I guess if they take it for the rest of the season, it will be a minimal salary. Like, it won't be 2.7. I believe it gets cut off because of when he gets traded. But Kunitz is probably a good depth add for any playoff team just because of his experience. He's a cup champion, of course, multiple times. So Kunitz could be a guy that can move. I don't really see any of their other forwards being moved on from because they have a lot of high salary forwards. I know Brandon Saad has been a guy that Chicago Blackhawks fans like, but of course, because of the circumstances with the trade, the Panarin trade, it wasn't exactly a favorite trade in the history of the Blackhawks. But again, they're not moving on from Kane, Toews, probably not Saad, Anisimov. Like, this is a team that next year is going to have to do some retooling. They probably will do that in the offseason. I know that there's been rumors regarding Brent Seabrook, but that cap hit is really high, and he's still got a, you know, he's going to be a UFA in the 2024-25 season. So there's a lot of time left on that contract. I can't see it getting moved. Duncan Keith, that's a guy, sorry if my dog's barking in the background, can't help that, but Duncan Keith, he's got a contract up until the 2022-23 season, and he's a UFA in the 23-24 season. We heard some rumors regarding that. His cap hit isn't too bad. The Blackhawks would surely have to retain some if they moved him, and I know people think I'm crazy, but both those guys have no move clauses, and they're both not getting any younger. So I'm not sure if they would be willing to get rid of Duncan Keith. I know Brent Seabrook's not a guy that people are really actively looking for, but Duncan Keith could be a guy that they might be able to trade. I personally don't think so, but maybe, I don't know. And on the blue line, they have 3 RFAs for this upcoming season. So it should be interesting to see what they do. They have a lot of really good young talent, a lot of good young talent on this Blackhawks team. Surprisingly, a lot of people seem to forget that they actually have a good system, and bringing in Dylan Strome has actually worked. But DeBrincat looks good, and again, they're the Blackhawks. I'm sure teams will be willing to at least talk with them because they do have talent on that roster that could get moved for not too bad of a price either. But I'm sorry if this video doesn't have too much rumors regarding them. We have heard again about a couple names, but nothing too crazy. They do have their upcoming first and second round pick for the next 3 years. They don't have their third. They have a couple fourths. They have Tampa's fifth. So like they have picks if they felt like they wanted to add to the team. But if I'm Chicago, I'm keeping my picks. I'm holding on to some of my young guys. I'm seeing if maybe any of these older players has a little bit of value. A guy like Kunitz is probably a guy that will be let go. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm interested to see. Chicago's not really a team that has a lot going for them when it comes to rumors. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have trade suggestions regarding the Chicago Blackhawks, leave them down below. And hopefully you'll subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click the notification bell. Peace.